Hi, I'm AJ. Jeremy's stuck on his home planet, so I'm extraordinary times. And welcome back. Alright, first story of the day, kind of a throwback as we tend to do around here, to yesterday where it's my little rant against President Obama's statement that if you own a business, you didn't make that whatever crap. Presidential candidate Mitt Romney has come out and given his little rant as well, very much along the same lines as mine, if not stronger. This is one of the strongest speeches we've seen from him yet, and I'm actually kind of glad. This is really getting him fired up and got people around him fired up as well. He's seeing President Obama's comment as foolishness and insulting to every entrepreneur and every innovator in America. He's saying this exposes what Obama really thinks, and I agree that he doesn't want Americans to succeed, to be, quote, ashamed of success. The entire article is just rife with a side of Romney I've never seen before, and it really gives me hope because I think he's really figured something to grab onto, and I think will help bring the entire discussion back to the economy, which it kind of needs to. Alright, on to the next piece. Also, kind of a throwback to the Ironman 3 thing we covered yesterday. I'm a nerd. This is just an opinion piece, but I wanted to cover this because, well, the possibilities are awesome. There's hints going around that Pepper Potts, you know, Iron Man's girlfriend, whatever, may actually be more of a hero coming up. Now, I didn't actually realize this. I call myself a nerd, but I completely forgot that she actually very recently in the comics did get her own armor. And people are saying, well, maybe the Hero Rescue, which is her alternate name, could make an appearance in Iron Man 3. I'm geeking out about this. You know, the directors are saying, oh, we really want to do this. Nobody's actually saying if it's been made yet, but, you know, there's still another year of filming to go, so we'll see. And on over to Ohio, where a high school senior, I believe he is, has been busted as a drug kingpin. The details of this are absolutely crazy. Going through it, this kid started a business about 2 years ago, illegal of course, growing high-grade marijuana. Now, if you've watched the show before, you kind of know our opinions on this. I'm still on the fence a little bit, but yeah, this kind of gives it a case to make it a little bit more illegal when a 17-year-old can make a multi-million-dollar business off of this stuff. I mean, which really is medically fine in a lot of areas now, especially California. Either way, this kid was making $20,000 a month. Parents didn't know, and across 2 different school districts. Really, yeah, he's going to be tried as a minor and all that because of when he started this, but I just have to be absolutely amazed at his business prowess. I mean, he gets out of jail, he's going to be, or like juvie or whatever they throw him into. I'd say business needs to grab him up quick because this kid is good. Speaking of criminals, though, this next one is nowhere near as intelligent. Down here in Houston, there was a man that got pulled over for, you know, a little traffic violation, and cop that was going, talking to him, whatever, he tried to bribe. Well, the cop, who happened to be female, said, no, I'm not going to take your $50 that you're offering me to not go to jail. He's like, well, I've got a warrant. I can't go to jail. I'll offer you $100. And she says, yeah, no. They get into a bit of a fight. He punches her a few times, which I just hate this guy enough for that, but, you know, whatever, that's me. They get into a scuffle. She subdues him for a bit. He gets away, jumps off a 14-foot bridge, survives just fine, runs off. She chases him down, loses track of him for a little bit, sees an 18-wheeler truck pulling away slowly. Just instinct throws her off, tells him to slow down. She goes around. He's clinging to the side of the truck. I mean, absolutely insane. Does this guy really want to avoid jail that much? What has this guy done that he doesn't want to get in the slammer? Either way, Juan Jose del Toro was taken down, and yeah, good luck in the slammer. Alright, on to New Zealand, strangely enough. They're having a very strange problem, a very bad problem, I'd say. It's first of all, prostitution is legal in New Zealand as of back in 2003, I believe, when they had some big governmental change. Either way, they're having a problem with street signs. Now, it's not quite what you think, not street signs saying, prostitute here, but prostitutes pole dancing around the street signs and breaking and bending them. Now, they've been using them as a form of advertisement. Bending and breaking street sign poles? Okay, either of these poles are very weak, or, as they say in the quote here, some of the prostitutes are big, strong people. Now, this isn't the only problem they've been having. There's prostitutes changing in the middle of the street, and transgender prostitutes at that. And it's out of control. Both sides are just saying there's problems with regulating it one way or the other. Big mess. One more reason to just keep it illegal here in the States. And speaking of the States, just want to cover this one real quick just because I like ending on a good note. The second to last story here, a Texas man found his stolen car after 42 years in California. The reason why this is a good story for me is just the sheer amount of persistence and the fact that justice was finally done. After 42 years, this man had been searching. Internet finally came around. He, started using that. He trawled through it. He had to work through some terrible stuff that happened actually back when his car was first stolen, a VIN number being recorded wrong. He eventually got it back, and it's worth like $20,000 at this point. Good on you, man. And the last story of the day. Probably wouldn't have covered it with Jeremy here. He'd probably nix it, but I'm extraordinary times today.
You're mine.
And that is the mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska. Now, Talkeetna is a nice little tiny place, about 900 people. They've had the same mayor for the last 15 years. Now, in a time when political strife is all over the place, nobody can agree on anything. People are changing in office all the time. To have somebody for 15 years is absolutely amazing. And it's a cat. Yeah, Mayor Stubbs is his name. He's been mayor his full 15 years of life, well, minus a couple days after being born, as a write-in candidate originally, and has evidently been absolutely amazing at his job. I just want to see any laws they may have passed stamped with the paw print. Sorry, I'm a cat person. Anyway, check out the article. It's hilarious. It's awesome. I want to visit Talkeetna now. Thanks for watching Extraordinary Times. I'm AJ. If you liked it, kind of like it over here. If you really like to edit to favorites over here. If you want us to get better, or you want to see Jeremy again, subscribe right up there. And we will see you next time.
Be aware.